Have you ever wondered how professional day traders react to breaking market news? I can tell you right now, it's not luck. It's specific tools that we're using. In today's video, I'm going to show you a news tool that runs 24/7. It's called FinancialJuice, and it's basically a live command center for breaking financial news. The next best thing you're going to get to a Bloomberg terminal at a fraction of the cost. The first thing I load up every single morning is their live Squawk Box feature. A real human being reading breaking news headlines in real time. Not delayed, not summarized, literally someone calling out. Breaking, CPI beats expectations. Or heads up traders, Trump is currently speaking at the White House on tariffs. Or jobless claims miss, futures spike down on the news. You're going to literally hear the breaking market news as you're watching it on your chart. I can't tell you how many times traders in my Discord are just commenting, hey, what just happened? Is there news? They have no clue what's going on. In my opinion, that's a complete rookie move if you're trying to be a day trader. Another great feature on their dashboard is the economic news calendar. It'll give you an idea of upcoming data drops, presidential press conferences, global events, and other major news events that are going to pertain to the market conditions. It's going to give you a countdown timer to news breaks. It'll let you know well in advance that the news is coming and to mind your positions, such as 1 minute, we're going to be getting a report. And it's all laid out minute by minute with statistical expectations, previous reports, and all of the information you need to get a gauge on the market. And if you're a futures trader, wait till you see this. They even offer TickStrike for free on ES, the S&P 500 futures contract. This will actually let you hear buying and selling pressure build in real time, the actual time and sales. So in the next few minutes, sit back because I'm going to show you exactly how I use FinancialJuice to stay ahead of all this chaos, how I use it to filter out the noise, catch breaking moves early, and sync it up with the VWAP Wave system for real-time reaction, not prediction. And you can find all of this at VWAPWave.com/FinJuice. Now let's dive into the platform. Okay, I'm going to walk you through the full toolbox inside FinancialJuice. And this is how I used to stay on top of breaking news, scheduled economic releases, live audio squawk, and even order flow cues. And also how I plug it into my VWAP Wave system so I'm not just reacting, I'm positioned ahead of time to breaking financial news. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how I use this every single morning and how you can configure it, and how I use this ongoing every single day to keep my finger on the pulse of the financial news system. So let's break it down feature by feature, what it is, why it matters, and how I use it in my workflow. So first up, we're going to focus on the news feed. This is where FinancialJuice gives you a curated stream of market moving headlines, not just every piece of noise, but this is the stuff that really matters. You're going to have their analysts handpick the headlines that impact market news or sentiment. They tag each headline with relevant sectors. So whether you're watching bonds, commodities, crypto, stocks, Forex, the major indexes, and it will let you filter the feed so you can only see what's relevant to your trading universe. So if you're just a futures trader trading the NQ or ES, you can focus just on that. If you're a crypto trader or Forex, etc. A big reason why I use this for my VWAP Wave system and my prop firm work is I need to know when the narrative shifts, when a presidential tweet drops, when there's a CPI surprise, when global risk suddenly ramps up. The news feed at FinancialJuice is usually my first alert. I usually keep this feed up on a separate monitor all by itself to my left while the charts are live. I set audible notifications, so if something big drops while scanning intraday, I don't have to sit staring at the feed. All right, I can hear it. They'll do a audible alert, like a siren that lets me know there's major news dropping. It'll be highlighted big in red. It'll look just like this when breaking news drops, and I'll be able to immediately see how it's comparing to the chart. All right, it'll show me how the dollar's reacting, the S&P 500, etc., as it relates to the news itself. On news days, this becomes a huge help to me because it lets me know ahead of time that it's coming. I know 10, 5, a minute ahead of time, and then even 30 seconds, 10 seconds. So I'm always prepared for major news drops, no matter what. Now let's talk about the economic calendar. This isn't just a what's coming today list. It goes pretty deep. High impact scheduled news across 20 plus countries showing monetary policy decisions, inflation prints, employment data, major speeches, etc. And you can filter this by country, region, or by importance. You can see the tags red, yellow, blue, all right, with red obviously being the most important and yellow being medium and then lower important news. All of these releases are hyperlinked to detailed reports of previous data points. So for example, we have the 5-year note high yield. I can click on this button and it'll show me previous results on that. Same with consumer confidence that we have coming up on the 28th. Press the button, gives me the previous report. So I can see a good idea of how it's been performing. In the Pro version, you're going to get real-time updates as soon as the data is released. Otherwise, it's going to be delayed. So when I'm scalping the VWAP Wave and prop firm and trying to develop context, knowing before the print drop is half the battle. You can also set buy and sell alerts ahead of time, which is really cool. If I want to know that it's greater or less than, it's a beat, or it comes in less, I can set up the actual results that I'm looking for, and it'll give me a real-time alert based on the results as soon as it comes in. Super powerful feature. So each morning I open the calendar and highlight the high importance releases for my trading window. Usually when I'm sitting in front of the desk from 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to about 12 noon. I'll link these to my trading plan. So any CPI reports, what we're expecting. If I expect a large directional move, I'll set up my alerts ahead of time. On days where there's multiple releases, I generally prioritize the one that historically moves my instrument the most, and then I'll skip the lesser one so I have a better focus. Now, one of my favorite features, I think this is the absolute best feature of FinancialJuice, is their live Squawk Box feature. It is the weekend while I'm recording this, so it's not live, but this is an actual live audio feed of a live human being sitting at a desk reading headlines as they come out. This is really where it gets fun. I believe this is some of the most accessible live breaking news Squawk Box available to us as retail traders. And by their own reports, FinancialJuice has shown that they're faster on 71 out of 100 headlines compared to a lot of the major competitors. And I believe them. I sit and listen to this every day as I trade, and they are quite fast. So as soon as something new is breaking, aside from pre-scheduled news, these guys are right on top of it. And I can hear it live as I'm sitting there trading. I don't have to look at the news feed. I don't have to search a news page. They're literally reading it to me, and I can focus on the charts as I hear it. So the Squawk Box is designed so you can literally get the breaking news as it's affecting your chart. And the voice is generally only reading when it's something really important. It doesn't become a constant background noise. I'm almost always watching the price action with my eyes. I'm watching the order flow. I have TickStrike going in the background. I'm watching the charts and my levels. And I don't want to be glued to trying to read a news feed. The Squawk Box gives me the triggers I need when they're important. If I hear CPI beat expectations, or Trump is thinking about enforcing new tariffs on China, I can instantly swing my attention to this breaking news. So I generally keep the Squawk running through my speakers so I could hear it out loud, whether I'm sitting by the desk or away from the desk or focusing on something else. And when I hear a trigger, I'm immediately focused on the chart, knowing what I need to do next. Now, although this is technically a separate product, it integrates beautifully with FinancialJuice. The full version of TickStrike is sold separately, but they do include a free version right here on FinancialJuice for the S&P 500 futures contract. This is going to allow you to hear the momentum as orders build on ES. And this is the audible version of the time and sales. So big market orders on the buy or sell will have its each own respective sound and look just like this. Now this one is pre-recorded. It's just an example of what it looks like because this is closed because the weekend while I'm recording this. And I have a completely separate video on using TickStrike to trade with, and I'll post a link to that in the descriptions of this video. I'm a big advocate of TickStrike, and if you join my live trading streams on YouTube, you'll be able to see and hear it and see how I use it to trade the futures market in real time. Now, there's a couple of other great features here. You get Trump's schedule, daily prep articles, and then upcoming earnings estimates. Really important for your stock traders and your index traders as well. All right, knowing what's coming up on Trump's calendar, all right, always important. We have our daily prep articles for both the United States and Europe. Very powerful. These are written by the analysts over at FinancialJuice. And then any major companies that are reporting news before or after market, you're definitely going to want to be aware of this. So this was essentially a quick walkthrough of the FinancialJuice Command Center. I use it every single day. So if you're following me on YouTube or watching me trade live in the Discord, I'm always have my attention to what's going on with breaking news. I feel like as a day trader, it's my responsibility to know what's always going on and not being the trader that's wondering what's happening when a major spike in the market happens and I have no clue why. I want to be the informed trader. So thank you for watching. If you found this walkthrough useful, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. I generally provide more professional level trading content on my channel. And feel free to drop a comment if you have any questions on any features of FinancialJuice, the widget layout, or even the VWAP Wave system in general. I have written a best-selling book on Amazon called the VWAP Wave system. If you haven't seen that yet, please check it out. Join my free Discord community. There's a link for all of these in the description of this video, and I look forward to trading with you soon. Stay sharp and manage your risk, and I'll see you in the next video.